So here's the fastest way to create a lot more wealth in your life. You need to hang around with people who are already creating more wealth than you. That's why right now I'm in London. I'm heading to a mastermind. And I think one of the most important things is to always stay around people who are constantly focusing on bettering themselves. Don't know if any of you read this book. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it talks about the power of a mastermind. You want to be successful, you need to play a game with someone who's better than you. Most people are not playing to win. They're playing to defend. And I think one of the biggest challenges with, first of all, creating a mastermind is finding the right people who want you to win. So I've got 3 strategies I want to share with you as I'm walking towards this mastermind right now that can really help you level up. The first one is the end goal. What is the end goal? The end goal for people who are really looking to level up right now, what are they looking to do? So for me, it's being a part of a 9-figure mastermind. So you want to make 100 million, you're going to hang around people who are doing that. You want to become a billionaire, you want to hang around with billionaires as well. Now I know what you're thinking, well John, how do you even get to hang around with these people? What's the strategy to do that? Well, the easiest way to do that is to always add value to people. What are the things that they want? How can you help them? It doesn't matter what level you're at. There's a saying that says, new level, new devil. What does that mean? It doesn't matter how successful you are, you're always going to have specific challenges in that specific field. The first question I always ask people is, what are you currently working on right now that I can help you with, that I can support with? And if you're able to answer that question, now you're able to get to a point where you can really support that person. For example, a lot of celebrities, a lot of the public figures that I get to work with and I get to help and coach, a lot of them find me because they've seen a video on YouTube or they have seen one of my Instagram posts. And I think by just putting your content out there and just actually having a call out, say, look, I'm looking for people who are really looking to do X, Y, Z. If you're interested, contact me. Just by saying that, you can really start to build that network. And then what you want to do is you can build a community. So the second step, once you've actually found your tribe, is to build a community around that. What are the best communities that you can build? First community is, if you wanted to, easiest one is set up a WhatsApp group. I have a group of all my masterminders, and these are all people making 8 to 9 figures. And people say, well, John, how did you get in the first place? There's only 2 ways to get into one of these networks. The first way is you earn your way in, so you need to have the credibility. And number 2 is you buy your way in. Quite often, too many people just expect to just be able to get in, but it doesn't work like that. You've got to get to a point where you're always focusing on growing to the next level. So the second thing is make sure that you're having some kind of community and start building that up. The third thing that I want to do is making time for it. I see too many people, they want to get a part of these networks, but they're not willing to put the time in. And it's like with anything. If you're not able to put the time in, then how do you expect to grow? Making the time in, my schedule's super busy. I mean, this morning, I had to go to the gym this morning. Well, I get to go to the gym this morning. Well, if I got this meeting today, how am I gonna do my cold plunge? How am I gonna do the hot sauna? So I had to sacrifice one of them. Like, you literally have to make the time for it. If you don't make the time, nothing gets done. See, it only requires one relationship, one idea, and just one thought process to really allow you to grow to that next level. And I think too many people are in a position right now where they want to achieve something great, but they have no way of creating it or doing it. If you really want to create success in your life, you've got to make sure that you are always focusing on adding value. And I think just making that time for it is really important. Put it into your calendar, have that, what we call focus time. Like you have meetings all the time. Well, just have that focus time. If I'm gonna meet one person that can save me 2 or 3 days of work. Like, for example, recently I sat down with a friend of mine. He showed me something and I was like, wow, this is great. I mean, I can create a whole business around this. And he said, John, you're only 3 years behind. Again, this is why you should always not just do your own thing, but you always want to make sure that you're networking with the right people. You're finding out what it is that you can help them with. You're finding out who are these people that need your help. And if you can do that, I promise you, you will make a massive impact to your life, because the contacts is leverage. Contacts is leverage, leverage and collaboration. That's why there's no such thing as competition now. There's only such thing as collaboration. If you're not willing to collaborate with people and you're always kind of staying in your box, it's really hard to grow. That's why I'm masterminding. I have a lot of mastermind groups all around the world. Doesn't matter where I'm traveling to, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Singapore, whether it's here in London. You've got to build those networking groups. You've got to build the mastermind groups. And the whole part of a mastermind is these people, they all want the same thing and we want to help each other get there. And the fastest way to get in there is partnerships, collaborations, or what we call JVs, which stands for joint ventures. So next time you want to do something, start writing down who can you do it with, and also write down how can you help support these people as well? And if you can figure these two things out, you will do very, very well in life. Just one last thing as well, which I think is really important. I wish I learned this years ago. This is probably one of the most important parts of doing this when it comes to business, entrepreneurship, monetization. If you're loving this, by the way, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this, because it just helps the algorithm. Because anytime I produce new content, I'll always upload it and I'll always give you sort of the insights on all the things that I learn, because I get to hang around a lot of millionaires, billionaires, and I get to learn some of their strategies. So I'd love to share those with you as well. So make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions as well, leave a comment below. I'm always in the comments, and I'll personally reply to some of the comments and questions as well. This last thing that I think is really important is when you are looking to mastermind, do not go with a lot of ego. I see a lot of people do this. They go, John, I already know this stuff already, but if you already know it and you're not doing it, you don't know it. So it's really important that you're always focusing on always helping, supporting people, and going in with that value. In fact, a lot of the times when I'm going in to do something, even in my own masterminds, we leave a sign above the door that says, leave your ego at the door. Because if you could have done it, you already would have. And there's always a new level. If you think you know everything, you know nothing. This is one of the most crucial parts. If you go and you start thinking you know everything, it's not gonna work. So you've always got to keep going to that next level. Anyway, I gotta get into Mastermind right now. I'll also link a video here for those of you looking to create your first $1,000 a month. I created a whole video on that because people say to me, John, I don't have a business. I don't have a product or service to sell. What strategies do you have? So go and check that out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.